Alright, so you might be wondering where I am right now. Sugarcane. Look at how much sugarcane there is. That's all sugarcane. Um, Now, this is the Sky Factory world. We have made they have made a significant amount of progress. They did that sugarcane thing. I believe this is a sugarcane farm. Not sure what this weirding gadget is for. And then we have 48,000 sugarcane, and all of that, I believe, is being compressed into packagers to create compressed sugarcane. Triple compressed, and this double compressed. What's this then? Quadruple compressed. And this is nothing. Okay, so that's creating sugarcane. They made that. They also made an ME system down here. I and this farm. They've done a lot. I'm hosting it. I haven't really done much. I did this though. I made this diamond thing. So if I look in here, you can see or here you can see it's creating a lot of cobblestone slabs. And then here, it's doing that, and same thing here. Now this is all for the black hole unit thing. So I might need to AFK this a little. But anyways, that's not the reason for this video. So I haven't been I haven't been uploading because I was in Long Island for 4 days, seeing my friend Sam, my best friend actually. I've known him since I was in like 2 months old. I don't know, something like that. We're only 2 days apart in birthday. He's December 1st, I'm December 3rd. And we both used to live in Brooklyn. Now I'm moving to Manhattan, and he lives in France. He moved in like 5th or 6th grade, I believe. Maybe it's 5th, no, 5th grade. And yeah, we've kept in touch, which is really nice. And his grandma lives in Long Island, and they invited me over. I've been there before, and this is my second time, but yeah, it was really, really nice seeing him. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to code. However, I did on the train back. I was able to do a little bit of progress, so if I just run it, you'll see what I mean. So let's run it. You can see that down here, I changed it a little. It says initialized/IO. I believe IO means in and out. I'm not sure if that's even supposed to be that. We'll see, we'll see. But anyways, initialization IO successfully. Okay, so game, game, game. Okay, sorry. I forgot to capitalize some of these. Um, but yeah, I was able to code a little bit on the train ride back, which was good. So it was my first time taking the train by myself. Not like the subway. I've taken the subway by myself before, but like the actual train. Such as like the um, it's like Long Island Railroad. I think that's what it's called. Um, and um, it was pretty cool actually. So, anyways, so this is what it is. I modified it a little and I centered some of the stuff. Now I do want to make it feel more lively, and well, I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. But anyways, for now, press S for single player, and it'll bring you to this menu. Now currently infinite is selected. We can use the arrow keys to move up or down. If we press back and press A, you can see we're back here. And here you can see a bunch of stuff is happening in the console. It says successfully initialize single player menu, so that's when we actually went into the single player menu. And then it says thread slash in and out set state to single player main menu. Um, this was a thread warn, could not move mouse, because the UI manager was for some reason null. However, that's fine. That's just the way I handled it. That was just a warning, and could not move mouse. So yeah. And then this just pressing button. Now I do want to go to the Apex hosting. So I do not know how to. One second, I'm gonna pause the recording and log in. Okay, so yeah, yes, let's just get this out of the way. I am using Firefox. I switched just a few days ago in Long Island. No, maybe like the day before Long Island, and I'm still using Opera for YouTube because it has a really good ad blocker, but I'm gonna use Firefox for everything else, but it looks very nice. What the hell? As you can see, so I'm gonna keep it so. Let's just log into Apex and let's go to the console. I do want to check out some, okay, server thread slash IO slash info. That's what it was, info. Okay, so let's change the IO stuff because that's not accurate. IO means in and out, which makes no sense. So, and say info. That was info. Whoops. What was it? Server thread. No, I just want to say initialization info, and because I have it all printing out here, I'm able to just check where it is. So let's go to textures, and let's say initialization info, same thing here, info, and then in the display class we can say info. And nothing in the entity class. I still need to make the actual game, but we're doing pretty well so far. Let's see, and then it's the fonts. How did I miss the fonts? Alright, so fonts, that's info. Doubt that, yeah, no, there's nothing in here. Create a display, did that. Now, I do need to go to the main menu. Main menu is where most of it's gonna be. So, up here, let's say initialization info. And over here, we can say thread slash info. And then let's see, initialization. So now let's go over to the UI manager, I believe it is. Does it say? Yes, UI manager. And let's just do thread. Whoops. Thread. Okay, I'm not sure why IntelliJ does that. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, alright, let's just leave it like that, whatever. Just, in here. Let's just lowercase everything. So, I haven't quite planned, I don't want to do the single player yet. Just because I don't really have a concrete plan for that. And when working on this, it's actually going to be more complicated for the single player because there's going to be have to have some automated level generators. If not, I'm going to have to make my own levels, and that will distract me from making the core mechanics of the game, which I want to work on first. And single player will also involve a lot more features because it's going to need to save stuff, etc. You know how it goes. So I want to do multiplayer first, just because, first of all, it involves multiplayer, which is very interesting. I've never done it before, and because I'll be able to get the core mechanics done first, without having to distract myself with other stuff, such as saving files, and I'll do some sound system on the way. But yeah, so I'm thinking. Yeah, that first. And I'm gonna be taking the system that I found on YouTube, but I'm gonna modify it to my needs. So I'm just gonna steal some code from somewhere, but in the end, I not really because I'm just gonna be changing the code a lot. What is this for? Null pointer? Oh, mouse move. What does that say? Thread slash warn. Could be a problem with the mouse manager. Oh, yes. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it, except for the display. And just 3 more files. Initialization, I know there's 2 here for the initializing containers and animations. I know there's 1 in fonts. There we go. So let's rerun this. Hopefully we'll get, okay, good initialization info. Press single player. There we go, initialize it successfully. Okay. Thread. Okay, that's a thread warn. That's just because it can't find the UI manager. And let's go to the UI manager in the single player menu, shall we? Because I forgot to capitalize something. UI manager in single player menu right here. So let's just capitalize this and UI manager. I know I'm being very picky about what shows up down below. I don't know, that's just me and my OCD. So let's start working on the multiplayer. I haven't actually created a menu for the multiplayer. However, let's see, it's 5:04. This recording has been going on for 10 minutes. Alright, so let's spend 20 minutes on this, shall we? So let's go here. Create a new Java class called multiplayer menu. And this is going to extend state, right? Now we're going to need a couple of things. Let's first implement the methods from the superclass. Don't need to save delete that. And then we can create the constructor public multiplayer menu. Create the constructor. And let's see, I do want to have a similar look to this. So you know what, let's just copy this stuff, right? Let's copy that. Just like that. And up here, I'm getting some errors. Yes, multiplayer menu should be like that. Now that should solve that because it's final. And let's go over to the game state. Let's actually make this so you can say public static state simply because there's only going to be one multiplayer state. It's a lot easier to do it this way for me. And honestly, I should be doing this in a separate method. I really should. State manager. Should it? I mean, I feel like it could go in the state manager, to be honest. And what we can do is say, because where are we doing this? We're doing this in the post init, so we can go over to the state manager and do public static init, right? Do an init method. Oh, what? Make init not static. Why? Huh? What? Oh, public static void. I'm an idiot, sorry. And then we can say over here, wait, what's in my clipboard right now? Okay, that's it. So, then we can, let me think this through. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is create a new package called init, right? And let's just close up some of these. Create a new package called init, and what we can put in here is create a new Java class. We just call this dates, and just say, I can't tell if, I don't know if this is good coding, but I pulled this design from my mod, which which I was following a tutorial for, the structure. So hopefully this is fine. So over here in the game, we can say, wait, what's in my clipboard? Okay, yeah, that. So we can just cut this out, right? Put this in the init method. Right? And then we can do this, go down here, and what we can actually, yeah, so let's do that, take that, go over here, whoops, go over here, do public static void init, paste that in there. I go back here, and go to the post init and do, states dot init. Okay, now we can so now, can we do this with other stuff? We can say new Java, no, initialize animation textures. Let's say if we go into here, the textures class, let's see. We can do an init for the textures, right? New Java. You know what? No, let's just leave it with the states. I know this is very, very messy, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think we're good. So, okay. So there's states, and of course we're gonna want to do multiplayer menu equals to a new multiplayer menu. And then it's going to give us some problems, because if we go into here, it'll spout some errors. What? Yep, there we go. And we can say, whoops, states, put that here as well, and here as well. And now let's run it. There might be an error that I forgot to change. Nope, we're good. Go here. Go here. Yep, we're all good. Okay, so multiplayer currently doesn't do anything. So let's work with that. So the multiplayer menu, we're gonna access from the main menu. So we can say, so let's go over here and we can say state manager dot set state to states dot multiplayer menu, right? And then we can say, and we can print out system. The system is saying thread slash info set state to multiplayer menu. We can say main menu. There we go. And now in here, we're just gonna, yep, let's go back, go to M, go back, perfect. So one thing I do want to do to make this feel more lively is in the multiplayer menu, instead of saying rebound, we can say multiplayer, right? Just to keep that theme of the semicolon, we can say single player. Oops, player. Let's see how that works. So rebound, single player, that looks pretty good. And then multiplayer, that looks pretty good, to be honest. There we go. And I'm assuming we can do this as many times as we want. Now B is not used right now. But yeah. Okay. So I think we actually did a lot of work just now. So we did work on the multiplayer menu a little bit. But I do wanna do some other stuff now. We'll see. But alright, you know what? Let's just do this first. So, multiplayer currently says infinite. Now, the reason why I'm thinking of just stopping the recording here is because I don't actually have a design for the multiplayer menu yet. So I need to draft that on my whiteboard. Yeah, I just haven't done that. So, I'm thinking we can pause it here. Wait, let me just, so when you do the multiplayer, you need to select host, or you want to select the client. Okay, so yeah, let me just draft this out a little. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'll create another Java class called multiplayer host and multiplayer client. You know what? No. Let's refactor this. Refactor rename, and we can just say, you know what? Let me do some Google. All right. So what I'm gonna do is say this is the it's gonna be the host menu. Then we can say it's the client menu. And I think we're just gonna set up the host menu, and if we have time, the client menu. So let's do extend state, of course. Add the unimplemented methods and implement them. So implement the unimplemented methods, and then we're of course gonna want to create the constructor. Actually, no, we don't have to do that. Let's just do that in the client one. Extends state, right? And we just do we can implement the unimplemented methods. Do that space there. I don't know why I'm doing that, because we're just gonna wind up. Wait, are we gonna wind up copying? Yeah, you know what? Okay, so let's do this. So let's just copy this crap, right? And before anybody says anything, yes, I know this is extremely inefficient to put this in. Actually, I don't know if it's extremely inefficient. I had a debate with myself. My mindset was, hey, well, we're just going to be painting the same thing, so why make another state that's inefficient? And then I realized, but it would be also inefficient to have one state and have all of these different menus inside of that state. That would be really hard to transition and just really stupid. Okay, so we have the host menu, so we can say host player, I guess. Host setup, host player, and we can say, and then we can just paste this in. We can say host player, nope, client player. Say this is the client menu. And then if we go down here and just say in the system.app run the client, so let's just delete these, right? And go into the host menu and delete these. And just run it. Make sure we don't get any errors. Go into multiplayer. Alright. So now we're just gonna want to mess with the multiplayer menu. So first what I'm gonna do is just say this equals to 3. Okay, so now wait, what is this? Oh. Let's do that. So now over here in the multiplayer menu we can say host, right? And then you know what, we can say create server or /host server, and then we can I guess we could just move this down, I suppose. And let's just see how that create /host thing, is it too long? Might be too long. Create /host server. No, we're good, we're good. And then we are going to have a join server, so we'll have that be below that. And this one, it would honestly be easy. Okay, let's just do this the easy way. We can just say case 2, and we break. It's in my clipboard. That's in my clipboard, and we just paste that in there. And here we're just gonna print out. Okay, I'm being an idiot. So here we're gonna say multiplayer menu, and here we're just gonna say create /host server host game, and now here we're gonna say system thread / that should not say IO. Why does it say IO? It's been saying IO the entire time. Info and info. Same thing here. We're gonna have to change all of these. Info. This is really infuriating. And the main menu. Okay, now we're good in the main menu. And the host is the thing that I remembered earlier. Oh wait, no, we just deleted it, didn't we? Yeah, we just deleted it. Alright, so multiplayer, we're going to be modifying the multiplayer menu. So, let's just continue this. Pressed button 1, and this should say button 2, create /host game join /client game multiplayer menu. And now we can say, now let's just create the actual button. So this is going to be button 3. So let's just say that this says, so let's do this. G.set color to color.light gray, right? Then we can say if selected game button equals to 1, and we're gonna do G.set color to color.gray. That's, I almost typed in gay, sorry. G.fill rectangle, and then we can say 275 by 160 by 650 by 75. I know those by's were not correctly said, and then we can say join server, join game, say this game, and then we have to put in the Y position, the X position 600, 197, center is true, color is white. This uses the 32, just like that. And now this one, we're going to say if it's equal to 2, and we're going to say, okay, we're going to keep that, and now what we want to do is we need to space these apart. So, how far are these spaced apart? Wait, what? Wait, 75 times 2 is 150, right? Oh yeah, and then we add 10 to space it, so then it would be 160 plus 75 because we have to account for the width, I believe, and then we just add 10, which is 245, I believe. We'll see. So we can say 245. Now the Y position. Oh wait. Y position is gonna be. Okay, well wait. So Y position, we just have to look at this. So it's 112 and 197. So what is the difference? So it's gonna be 197, right? Minus 112, and that is, what is that? 197 subtract, that's 85, right? So then we can just do 197. You know, I'm just gonna take out the calculator. Let's see. 197 plus 85 equals to 282. 282. So let's just see how that looks. Let's go to multiplayer. Perfect. Press back. Perfect. Go back to multiplayer. Just do that. Perfect. So now we can scroll through. I think that looks good. And how long have we been rocking? 32 minutes. I think we can go like maybe 5 more minutes, something like that. So let's so I'm gonna need to create a new UI object. I just realized that. I'm gonna say it's create a new UI object. It's gonna be a UI text field. How am I gonna make this? Because you're gonna have to input numbers. Right, so, okay, let's just start off with extending UI, UI object, right? And then we can implement the unimplemented methods. Space that out a little, and then we need to create the constructor that matches the super, of course. Space that out again. Now, what does that look like for my image button? Super down, fun. This dot images equals images. This dot clicker equals clicker. Okay, so this is going to be a little different. So we're not going to have an onClick method. Or actually, no, we have to. But just do that. But we are going to have a tick and render method. So the tick method, we're going to have to detect if it's selected, right? So I don't know what to do. Okay. So I'm just gonna have to do this later. I'm sorry. Alright, sorry. I need to figure this out some other time, but I made a lot of progress today. So thank you for watching. A lot of progress compared to the other days. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next video. I am very happy now that I've come back from my little vacation, seeing my best friend from that I've known all of my life. It's unfortunate that he's not moving back. He said he'd move back in 2 years, but that never happened. It's now been 3 or 4. But yeah, hopefully I'll see him again soon. See you guys later. Bye.